May 31st, 2021. A restrictive voting bill that was on the verge of reaching Texas Governor Greg Abbott's desk failed to pass Sunday night after Democrats walked out of the House chambers before a midnight deadline. After a dramatic all-night debate, the Texas Senate approved one of the most restrictive voting bills in the country early Sunday on a party-line vote, despite emotional pleas from Democrats who liken the measure to the Jim Crow laws of the 20th century. President Joe Biden on Saturday called it wrong and un-American, and Democrats vowed to immediately challenge it in court. Yamina leader Naftali Bennett announced Sunday that he would link up with Yair Lapid to form a coalition, promising a right-wing leaning unity government that will end over 2 years of political deadlock and oust Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after 12 consecutive years in power. In a rebuttal minutes after Bennett spoke, Netanyahu accused Bennett of being a serial flip-flopper responsible for the scam of the century. Netanyahu claimed that he could indeed put together a right-wing government and could still thwart the Bennett-Lapid change bloc with enough defectors, calling on right-wing MKs to reject his rivals' moves.
הודיע היום שבכוונתי לפעול בכל כוחי כדי להקים ממשלת אחדות לאומית יחד עם ידידי יאיר לפיד. כדי שבעזרת השם ביחד נחלץ את המדינה מהסחרור ונחזיר את ישראל למסלולה. המשבר הפוליטי בישראל הוא חסר תקדים ברמה עולמית. אפשר ללכת לבחירות חמישיות, שישיות, עשיריות, לפרק את קירות המדינה לבנה אחר לבנה עד שהבית שלנו ייפול עלינו. ואפשר לעצור את הטירוף ולקחת אחריות.
שמעתי את נפתלי בנט. לצערי הוא שוב מוליך שולל את הציבור. אותם שקרים, אותם סיסמאות חלולות ונבובות על שנאה ופילוג, למי שנותן את ידו לשנאה ולפילוג. במקום להקים ממשלת שמאל מסוכנת למדינת ישראל, מיד עם סיום המנדט של לפיד, אפשר להקים ממשלת ימין טובה למדינת.
China's top decision-making body said Monday the government would ease its birth control policy to allow all couples in the country to have at least 3 children. The move is the latest measure aimed at tackling China's aging population after Beijing relaxed its birth policy to let couples have up to 2 children in 2015. The announcement comes just weeks after a once-in-a-decade census showed China's population on the cusp of a historic turning point after decades of rapid growth.
全国人口共14亿1178万人，于2010年第6次全国人口普查时的13亿3972万人相比，增加了7206万人，增长5.38%，年平均增长率为0.53%，比2000年到2010年的年平均增长率0.57%，下降0.04个百分点。数据表明，我国人口10年来继续保持低速增长态势。
President Joe Biden marked his first Memorial Day weekend as Commander-in-Chief by honoring the nation's sacrifices in a deeply personal manner as he paid tribute Sunday to those lost, while also remembering his late son, Bo.
As a nation, we must always remember. We must remember the price that was paid for our liberties. We must remember the debt we owe those who have paid it. The families left behind. My heart is torn in half by the grief, the communities that are never whole again. Folks, it's also an important tradition in our family. As many of you know, this is a hard day for us. 6 years ago today, Hunter lost his dad and I lost my son. It's the first year of his passing back in 2016. General Vavala did a great honor in inviting us to a ceremony renaming the Delaware National Guard headquarters in Bo's honor. By the way, I'd note that when Bo made the grade of major in Iraq, I said, I'd been in and out of Iraq over 25 times. I said, Bo, you're now a field grade officer. He said, Dad, I have no illusion who runs the United States Army. It's the Master Sergeants. They run the Army. Well, I woke up that morning hearing Bo in my ear saying, "Not me, Dad. Today's not about me. It's Memorial Day. You should be over at the bridge." And you know, if he were here, he would be here as well. Paying his respects to all those who gave so much for our country, and particularly honoring the Gold Star families. You know, a lot of time passes, but you all know better than I do, or as well as I do, that the moment that we celebrate it is the toughest day of the year. We're honored, but it's a tough day. It brings back everything. And so I can't thank you enough for your continued service to the country.
2 people were killed and over 20 injured in a mass shooting in Miami early Sunday, the Miami-Dade Police Department said in a statement. 3 people got out of an SUV and began shooting indiscriminately into the crowd that was standing outside a scheduled event at an establishment. Investigators were hunting for the suspects who returned to their vehicle and fled the scene after the incident.
We're working really hard, but it's very difficult to stop a small amount of individuals who want to go out there and commit murder. And it takes all of us to stop this, and we really have to put the work in this summer to keep our children and our community safe.
A drunk driver allegedly hit 5 NYPD officers Sunday as the cops were setting up for a Memorial Day parade on Staten Island. The cops, at least 3 in plain clothes, were putting up barriers for the Monday festivities at Livermore Avenue and Forest Avenue when they were struck around 9:45 a.m. 4 were taken to Richmond University Medical Center with minor injuries. 1 refused medical attention. The driver remained on the scene and there were no immediate charges.